Hi YouTube friends! Today we're gonna do a coffee bar tour. The last time I did one was in 2021. We are now in 2023. Not much has changed. Well, a significant grinder change. That was done in 2022. I don't change my stuff around that much. Some changes in my workflow, some changes in where I put things. Everything that you're gonna see is also gonna be linked in the description down below. Those will be affiliate links, which means it costs you nothing, but clicking on those and buying through those links will give me a little bit of kickback, which helps me keep buying gear, keep buying equipment to review, and keep this channel alive. And also so I can keep drinking coffee. Let's make a little coffee. So today's coffee is a Ethiopian Colombian mix blend. So this is gonna be perfect because I just did the Slayer mod not long ago, and this is gonna come out real nice. Didn't quite succeed in today's latte art. It's really hard to shoot and make coffee at the same time, but it tastes delicious, so that's what matters. Now that we have coffee in hand, we can begin the tour. Guess explain a little bit my workflow that I currently have. So let's start with the grinder, la pièce de résistance, my Weber Workshop's key at the beginning of 2022. So that was the biggest change that I have. I have a full review of this as well as comparison if you want to check it out. Love this grinder, it's still working really well for me. Trying not to look at all these other grinders that are coming out right now, because there's a lot. This is why I'm a coffee enthusiast and not an expert. I try to stay away from that. I still do have my coffee scale, still like it, still use it, but if I were to get another one today, it would be a slightly different one. I would get a slightly smaller one, which at the time I don't think I saw, or I think I was convincing myself I would continue to do pour over, which I haven't. So I will link this one as well as the one that I would purchase now in the description down below. You'll notice that in my workflow, it's changed. I use this little cup. It's not quite meant for that, and it works really well actually with the Weber Workshops. I sometimes have to just shake it a little bit to get the coffee out. It comes in a set like this, and so I use this all the time for vinaigrettes and for cooking. I put the glass vials away for now, but my workflow keeps changing depending on my mood, depending on what's going on in my life. I may come back eventually to the single dose, pre-dosed glass vials, but I really like just doing this every single morning now. I talked about this in my palate fatigue shorts, where I will switch between different kinds of coffee. I have a whole box of coffees right now. This makes it a lot easier for me to just make that decision in the morning, and way easier to keep track of which coffee I'm drinking. Actually, now I'm noticing some coffee grains. Something else that has been added to my flow, I guess you can say, is this little vacuum. I talked about this in a video recently. It's like $10. It makes cleaning up my counter with coffee grinds so easy. This is not technically coffee equipment gear, but it's part of the cleaning ritual for me, and this is the main motivation for me buying this was coffee, but use it for a lot of other things. Have it on my open shelf, very convenient to access. Continuing in the grind, I have this wood base I still use. I've knocked it a little bit too hard. I was a little bit too enthusiastic with knocking of the portafilter on the wood base. Still use my spring tamper, still use the ripple base. Absolutely love it. I don't have my brewer's logbook anymore here. I still do have it, but I just became a lot less pickier with coffees. Really use the logbook as much. Sometimes I'll put a post-it on the various coffees that I'm trying, and I'll just write down quickly the total brew time and the grind setting that I'm using on here, especially because if I'm going back and forth between different coffees, then it's important for me to remember. Something else I added just after filming my 2023 was on my coffee bar video. Actually not sure if I'm supposed to be filming this at the end of the year or at the beginning, but I decided to film it now. It's actually this Normcore V3 withstand WDT. I'm not sure if this is something I'm gonna include in to my workflow. I don't feel like I need it all the time. It really depends on lots of variables, but I'll go into all of that detail in its own separate video once I'm done playing around with it. So keep a lookout for that. It's something that I've added to my coffee bar technically, but I don't believe it's something that I will use all the time. TBD. Here I just have this I can't put anywhere else. I just wanted to try this. It's okay, the flavor, it's not that great. It's like what Starbucks uses. Then my knockbox, trusty knockbox. I did have my Palo brush magnetically stuck on here, but it fell off recently, so I have to re-stick that on. This is gonna be changed, don't worry. I've ordered something, this is temporary for my Slayer mod. I've got my Acme cups up here that I absolutely love. I can't remember the size of them, but I'll link them in the description down below, as well as some replacement ones because they're very expensive, and you can get some other ones with very, very similar angles and quality that get you what you need for latte art. Then I have these DeLonghi espresso shot cups for the one day that I will drink espresso straight. And then my Breville dual boiler. It's been 3 years in. The design of it is just very lackluster. That has not changed. I just think it's so blah. But it makes great coffee and it's great value, and I love all the features that it has. The tank viewing, the ability to open and move it on the wheels. I have my wood handle bottomless portafilter that works very well with the Breville dual boiler. I also do have a website. The website just supports my YouTube channel. And then depending on the video, I will play around with the page a little bit. So like for this page, it may be a little bit clearer to separate the reviews in one section with clickable links and then the products in another. Something I forgot to mention is my jug, which sturdy, thick, sharp spout. It doesn't have any dimension lines inside like my old one did. It is thicker, so it will take longer cup to be hot when you touch it. Also, I do put it in my fridge. You actually don't even need to wait till it's too hot to touch to stop your latte art. And I just go by weight now instead of using by volume. This is sort of coffee cabinet. So I just reworked this recently. So these are just like regular cups, but if we go higher up, give me a second. I'm gonna have to grab a step stool because I'm not tall. Here we go. Up, 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 up. A new purchase from this year. Mocha Pot AeroPress is also a new purchase. Actually the end of 2022. Because I was going to visit family and I know like they're super auto. So I brought my own AeroPress. Oh, thank God. My Vietnamese coffee filter, I forget what this is called. My brew logbook is actually back here, so I do have reference to it, my old dosing funnel. Then if we go all the way up here, my Arco hand grinder, my Kalito Wave for one person, I think it's the 155, my Espro Bloom pour over, and a hot water gooseneck kettle that I could put on the stove top. And I got this because I don't actually need such a heavy duty gooseneck kettle because I do have my Zoshi Roshi hot water machine right there. So if you like Americanos and stuff like that, you can get those. If you like hot water instantly, I have a full review on that as well. I love that thing, use it all the time for various things like cooking. But I bought this explicitly because when I go camping, I can put this on the stove, on the camping stove, and have hot water. I have a temperature gauge up there, which helps me just get a general idea. When I'm camping, that's when I do have pour overs, but now I do have an AeroPress. So I think I'm probably gonna go for the AeroPress because I just want a more intense coffee flavor. AeroPress or Mocha Pot. I guess I'll see next time I go camping which ones I'll bring. Oh my God, I'm probably gonna bring all of them. That's it for my coffee tour. There wasn't a huge update in my coffee bar. I don't have a lot of space to have a dedicated coffee bar. I'd love to, and eventually that will be the goal when I get a bigger space, but I'm gonna make do with what I have, and I really like the setup that I have. It's simple, it's clean. I have a lot of things tucked away that I don't use on a regular basis, but are still very accessible. They're all grouped together in like coffee areas. Like, so now pretty much that entire right side is drinkware for just cups, regular cups, and then coffee related. Depending on the coffees that I'm drinking, there'll be coffee bags along the back, but right now, I went a little crazy on the coffee recently. I don't know, I just wanted to try everything, which is a problem when your eyes are bigger than your stomach. And so I just have a lot of coffee right now in here, and they're probably a little bit past the 2 to 3 weeks off roast, but tastes delicious. I just grind finer and it's fine. Also, I drink coffee with sugar and milk, so there's a little bit more forgiving, and I've just gotten a lot less picky. And you know what? it's nice. I can just enjoy coffee without being a data scientist about it, you know. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a very casual, quick, what's on my coffee bar. If you're trying to make a little coffee bar at home and you don't have a lot of space, it's just a testament to show you, you don't necessarily need a lot of space. You know what? I probably have a lot more space than some viewers on this channel. I love those beautiful coffee bars. That will eventually be my goal, but I also don't want people to get discouraged, and I want to show people you can have great coffee in a nice coffee bar, but keep it simple. Like, you don't need like cute Edison bulbs. Like, I'd love that, but like, that's overkill. I just don't want more stuff if I don't need it. Everything is very condensed, which I like. So that's the benefits of a small kitchen. I don't have to go very far to get anything. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. If you want to share anything about your coffee bar evolution or your coffee products evolution, your workflow, just anything coffee related or non-coffee related, let's just have a conversation. And please like this video as well. Helps the algorithm. External validation's a little bit nice sometimes. Makes me feel like I'm not just speaking into the ether, you know? It's nice to see that people are enjoying this content. Share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm all about optimizing life through product reviews, through how-tos, mental health as well is very important for me and I think for everybody. Coffee as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!